Okay, so, fun fact, I got my PC upgraded, and I kind of forgot to reset the OBS settings. So, we're going to be doing a bit of a four-person director's commentary over this entire episode. So, this is going to be sectioned out. It's going to be sectioned out between, I think it's going to be me first, then Tristan, then Forrest and Ed. Those two might switch. We'll see. They've been trying to figure their stuff out. So, but we're gonna have a director's commentary over this. Just going over general things that are happening, and then I think we're all kind of talk about how often we were just absolutely screwed by this game. I mean, it's been nuts. The amount of glitches this game has had for multiplayer. We have come to the conclusion, like I say in the intro, that, honor mode is super broken. But what's broken about it is the multiplayer. If you try to do four-person multiplayer, the game seems to just not work very well. Whereas if you're doing something like honor mode solo, it works pretty much perfectly fine. Maybe a glitch or two here and there. But this game, you've probably seen it by now. This is the 9th episode, so this game absolutely wants to screw us at every freaking turn, and I don't know how we're going insane. We're literally going insane playing this game, dude. It's been wild. Right now, currently, we had just gotten done taking down Ketherick in the previous episode, Ketherick and Merkel. So I believe for this section of the episode, we kind of just putz around a little bit. This is where I get the waypoint, so we can easily travel over here when we're ready. But all we do in this section is we just clean up a little bit, clean up, figure out the last few quests we have that are on the map, and just try to continue. It's wild to me to think we even got this far, to be honest. Like, we've had so many hiccups, so many mess ups. It's nuts. And I'm honestly proud of us for getting this far. Like, really proud of us for getting this far. Every single time. I mean, we've been so insanely consistent with our runs. I know, unfortunately, I couldn't record the last run. We did die. It was a super bummer that we died right at the end, right at the brain. But, and unfortunate that I didn't record it, because we had a lot of funny moments and crazy moments in that run too. But, I mean, this run, it got, I didn't think it could get crazier. I didn't think the glitches could be worse. I didn't think our decisions could end up causing so many more issues, but it does. Like, that's how messed up this game is. And of course, Larian's not continuing really anything after this, not really continuing updates. They're doing a patch here and there, but it's wild that we kind of just have to deal with it. And once again, I'm proud of us for getting this far as a group and dealing with all this stuff, because I haven't seen people doing that. I every single video you see, it's just one guy doing honor mode on his own, either speed running it or just, doing it on his own, streaming it, making a video, whatever. And man, let me tell you, after the last run we did and we lost, we were devastated that we lost at the end, and we were gonna quit. And then I started looking up stuff, Ed started looking up stuff, and we went, you know what? We can do this. We we got to the end. We did it. We know how we messed up. We can do it again. We can do it again. And I went into Discord and I typed it into our Discord chat, and I was like, guys, we got to do it again. I know everyone just said that we wanted to take a break, that we wanted to give it like a week or so at least before we even considered thinking about it. But it was, I mean, that was that night. I think that night of the day after that we failed that run, that I was like, we can do this. Seriously, we can absolutely do this. And then, to my surprise, I did not think everyone would be on board so fast. As soon as I typed it in, within 5-10 minutes, Forrest was right there. He was like, you know what? You're absolutely right. We can do this. Let's fucking do it. And then Tristan, right then, he's like, yep, I believe in us. You know, we slept it off. Let's try again. And that's what happened. That's how we started this run. And I'm just in awe, you know. I'm just so proud of us for getting as far as we do and being as creative of a team as we are. Even persevering through all the issues like this. Like, I believe the game crashed for Forrest. Forrest had to reload something here, and it happens to us multiple times. It's such a bummer that this game just crashes randomly, so randomly. We'll do like some of the most mundane stuff and it'll just crash. Even just loading, it'll crash. And it's such a freaking bummer. And we have to wait so long because Forrest has to fully, you know, the game has to fully shut down, and then he has to fully reopen it. You gotta load all that stuff back in, and then you gotta load the game, load the save, and then all of us have to load it. It's just a pain, man. But again, I do apologize for forgetting to swap the audio over in OBS. It was just a really dumb thing. I could see on the on each of the tracks for audio output and my mic that it was working. I was like, oh yeah, it's fine, it's working, whatever. It was just showing the preview of, you know, everything working, and it wasn't actually connected to what it needed to be. So yeah, I'm so proud. I'm just in awe, you know. And I'm in awe of just how big this game is and everything you got to go through to get through this game, especially in honor mode. Oh my goodness. Okay, here we go. Loading back in. Okay. We're back in, moving around. Like I said, yeah, I can't remember exactly what happened, but something either doesn't like load correctly. Oh, maybe that's what it was. I think it was Ed not being able to interact with stuff. There's a glitch. It was either Ed or Forrest. And there's a glitch where you're just not able to interact with stuff. Everybody else can do stuff, but I don't know what makes it happen, but you just can't interact with anything. You can't. You jump. You're just like stuck. And you have to reload the whole freaking game just to fix the glitch. So I'm pretty sure that's what happened. And it either happened to Ed or Forrest, but at this point, I'm just sending stuff to Ed because he's selling stuff, and I'm getting what I need, what I want. As you can see, I have a crap ton of stuff in the chest. I kept it like that the entire way through the game because I always wanted to make sure that I had stuff to sell for Ed, because that's all he did. We would just send everything to Ed because he had the highest charisma, and he was able to basically get everybody we were talking to max. It's not max rank. What is it? Max like friendship. Yeah. And I constantly just made sure I would like loot entire towns, entire places, just to make sure we had stuff to sell. And Tristan had stuff as well all the time, and Forrest kind of had some stuff, but it was mainly Tristan and I just constantly back and forth sending Ed stuff so we could just easily buy everything we wanted: arrows, weapons, armor, whatever, potions, all that kind of stuff, ingredients. So that's all that's happening right now. It's, I know it's boring, I know it's mundane, but we do what we gotta do, You do what you gotta do. This is what I do when I'm bored and waiting on people. I just kind of walk around a little bit. And I know it's a bummer that it happens quite a bit, where I'm just kind of waiting around. But I just got to wait for Ed to sell stuff, and then we got to sort of just regroup. That's it. Stuff's pretty boring, but it's got to be done. This is where I was looking through and trying to see, for some reason, at the Last Light Inn, it was saying we had a quest, and we didn't. Forrest went over there, I go over there eventually, and we just didn't have a quest there. I think it wanted us to actually do that before we went to the Last Light, or before we went to the towers, Moonrise Towers, because it's probably thinking we need to talk to Isabel, but we kind of skipped all that because we didn't want Dirge interacting with Isabel, because you automatically try to kill her. So I think that's what that was. And here I'm going to the He Who Was guy just to finish that quest up. And after this, I think I go to Last Light and investigate what the heck that was. A little lost here because I probably should have just gone to Last Light because I'm stupid, but and I think I do because it's just easier. But yeah, just finishing up quests. It's just boring, mundane stuff, but we got to do it. I think all the commentary after this will be much funnier because the guys said that they're going to be. I think some of them said they're going to be a little tipsy when they do their commentary, so stick out for that. Yeah, there we go. I go to the Last Light, and I'm like, okay, this is going to be way easier just to go this way. I don't know why my character decides to climb up here and not just go around. Oh, that's one thing about this game that we always hate, is the pathing in this game is ridiculous. I don't know who did the pathing for this game. I'm sure it was multiple people, but there needed to be way more talk or testing or something, because oh my god, the pathing in this game is horrible. It won't let you go to the most ridiculous places, like the most simple places. You just can't walk sometimes. And then when you're trying to loot stuff, you sometimes walk around an entire box or multiple boxes just to get to the box you were literally right next to. And it's like, what? It's like, how is there not a pathing that just says, oh, the box is right there, grab it, get your stuff? Absolutely ridiculous. I could go on a rant for that for a while, but here I believe I went on a more, well, I went on a somewhat neutral path, talking to this guy. I think I did end up sacrificing her, but for the dirge, for this run, I was kind of back and forth with it, about how I wanted to play him. I was like, because we need it, because you need the Dark Urge to get through in the third act into Baal's temple and stuff like that. It's just way easier. And so I was like, do I be an absolute asshole, or do I just, play it nice? Like, and I kind of just went back and forth. I kind of went a neutral route with it, because I was like, yeah, let's just do it randomly, let's make it exciting, spice it up. Yeah, and this, I believe I sacrificed her in a sense. Yeah, she talks about how all her friends died because they were lied to and all that. Yep. Okay. Yeah, this is where, okay. She says they all stabbed themselves and all that. I can't remember what the option was at the end of this. Hold on. Oh yeah, all my charisma was terrible. I chose the first option. And then I think I chose, see, this is where I do stuff randomly. Because I think I chose the last option. Yeah. So I chose like a good option, and then I chose a devious option, and that's kind of what I was talking about when I'm doing this a little random. I was like, there's nothing I can atone for it, but I did it for funsies. Yeah. I was kind of just going with whatever looked fun, because we're so tired of playing the game at this point because of that last run. We kind of just want to get through it. So you see multiple times us kind of just skip through stuff. I apologize if we do, you haven't seen Baldur's Gate stuff or whatnot, but we've played it so much that we just want to get through the game. I believe I always see, this is what I'm talking about when I try to loot stuff. I'm always like, what can I take? What's going to be nice? I take that silver glass because I know it's going to be valuable. And I know we can sell it for a decent price. So the incense, for some reason, is like 30 gold coins. It's weird. When you pick it up and you look at it, it says 30 on it, but that's not necessarily what it sells for. But the fact that says 30 gold on it is wild. This is where I go to the last light and I try to look at what that quest marker is. It's nothing. It's nothing at all. And again, I think it was just Isabel. We were supposed to talk to Isabel before we attacked the tower and we didn't. And it's just glitching out. One of the many glitches that we encounter, because no one's here. Everyone's at the tower. So, unless we didn't. No, that's the only thing, because I know we investigated pretty much the entire last light in. Top to bottom. Yeah, we went underground. Went to the third floor. Went to the stuff above Damon. All of it, yeah. So, I don't know. But we pretty much move on anyway. I think it takes us a second here to move on, because we're discussing what's going to happen, what we're going to do next. And then, I can't remember what happened, but Ed did something. Ed talked to somebody or something, and he fell right there. Oh, what happened? Yeah, he took an insane amount of damage right there, because he did. Oh. He was trying to get down from the second level of, I think, the last light in, and for some reason it took his character up the roof, and then his character jumped off. That's what we're talking about, the pathing in this game, man. It's wild. It didn't take him, didn't walk him all the way around, down the stairs, what it should have done. No, it literally had him climb up to the roof and then jump off. It's like, what? It's like, how is that the most logical option? It's clearly the quickest option. I think I mentioned that when we were playing. I was like, well, it's the quickest option. Why wouldn't it do that? But yeah, the pathing is ridiculous. Pathing is ridiculous in this game. But I think after, yeah, there we go. Ed popped up and at the waypoint, and I think we leave from here. I can't remember if we take a second to talk a little more, but let's see what we do. Yeah, we're talking. Because I think we were discussing whether or not Ed's summon will be there when we go through all the cutscenes and stuff, because you just kind of go to camp next. Yeah. And we weren't sure what was going to happen next when we traveled. Oh, yeah, and then we constantly joked that, we had nobody to talk to, because we basically either left everyone out to dry, all the NPC characters to dry, or killed them. And we never have anyone to talk to in the camp, so it made everything go faster. But here, I talked to the butler again, and this is kind of where I went, okay, I want to go more Slayer route. I do want to go more devious route with everything. And I believe I let this cutscene play out because I had never really gone through it. I'd never really gone through the Dark Urge stuff. That's why I chose to be Dark Urge. That, I'm recording and all that. But this particularly here is when I got an achievement for becoming the Slayer, because I decided to choose violence basically and go that route. A little bit down the line, I do still pick some good options, some bad options. Yeah, there you go. I got the Slayer form. That's one of the achievement popped too. I'd never gotten the achievement because I didn't play Dark Urge on my original run or anything. This is the first time I was playing Dark Urge. So this is where I decided to really, and it was really fun. It was, I wish, honestly, I was able to use that Slayer form more and not just one long rest, And there's not really as many good encounters to use it as you would think. I later on I do use it in what is it, Gortash's castle, but yeah, there's just not good battles to use it in, especially because right after this, I mean, it's all basically being in the city, or the town of Rivington, and then after that, it's the city of Baldur's Gate, and it's like, if you walk around in the Slayer form, people will pretty much attack you right away, so there's like no good options. There's really no good options to use it. There we go. Yep. And then Forrest mentioned here that he thought it was interesting that everything, all of nature turns back to normal because even though we killed Halsin, because I think Halsin's supposed to be the reason that things sort of go back to normal. I think he implied that, but I was like, no, I mean, it does this because of the fact that Ketheric was suppressing it the whole time. And Halsin doesn't really have much to do with it. He has some stuff to do with the kid, obviously, and the kid was a part of that shadow cursed. But Ketheric was the main reason that all of that stuff was being suppressed. It is crazy. I know this is a magical game. It's D&D, but crazy how fast that tree grows. Just loading in here. There we go. Oh yeah, we pretty much skipped through this part. It's Gortash talking to who's assumedly a guard, and then it's actually Orin, and yeah, I skip right through this because I've seen it like 5 times. Yeah, there you go. And everybody else pretty much does too. We thought that part was funny. That Forrest's character just is walking past them, but in the most awkward way with that head turned. It was so weird. Then of course we're all stuck together right when we spawn. It's so dumb. I'm so sad right here that I wasn't recording because Ed basically put his headset on his wife's head, and we were talking about something ridiculous right here and then, and literally as soon as we were talking about that something is when she heard it, and it was a super funny moment. I'm so bummed I didn't record it or get it recorded because of my mistake. Here, of course, I'm just being a little Lou Goblin, taking stuff, seeing what they have. I remembered that there was, in that room to the right, stuff right after this. We still have Jaheira. But she leaves us eventually, too. It was nice having an empty camp. Didn't have anybody to talk to. We kind of just blew through long rests. Yeah, it was this room that we had. There's stuff in it. They try to take a rest, but yeah, there you go. But I was like, hold on. There's stuff in here. Not too much stuff, but something. That's where I gave up. Yep. And then we take our long rest, or I'll try to take our long rest, right? Because this next part is when the Githyanki show up. And the super shitty part is I took that, if you saw earlier, I took that Hill Giant Strength Potion, and it gets rid of it right here. Because it's for some reason counts it as like a semi-long rest, even though we don't really get our stuff. And it gets rid of it right there. You can see I'm heavily encumbered. So effing ridiculous. That happened. I totally wasted one. Luckily, I get plenty more after this, but it was super annoying. I think Forrest. Yeah, Forrest just kind of teleports to the portal and gets us through here. And I'm just trying to shoot people because why not? Right here, I tried to, I don't know, I kept like zoning out and putting the wrong stuff in bags and all that. I was just not paying attention at some points. Like that bar of whatever it was, gold or whatever, or copper or whatever it was, doesn't go in that bag whatsoever. That's all my potions. That's where all my potions go. It made no sense. Interestingly enough, in here, in the astral space, I'm not over encumbered anymore because of the way the astral sea works. So I was like, sweet, let's go. I'm glad the team at Larian thought about that, because it would have been such a pain to try and go through this fight over encumbered. It would have been ridiculous. Here, as you can see, we're just going through our fight. All of Ed's freeze tactics, his spells and stuff, he's basically an ice wizard the whole game. And man, when that stuff works, it was nuts. Some of that stuff did insane damage, and I'm super glad he went with that build. And I think we all worked really, really well together. Picking our builds and figuring out, our build strengths and weaknesses together. This is where I was looking at the Slayer form to see. I know it wouldn't be very good in this fight because you gotta jump a lot and there's not too many enemies to fight. Oh man, Forrest Spirit Guardians most of the game were insane. Oh my goodness. They were lifesavers at certain points. It was wild. And it's so funny because some of the NPCs will literally just walk into it. They'll just walk into it. And even if they're at low health, like 5 health, they'll just walk into it and die. And it was fantastic. And Forrest pulled off some pretty clutch moves with his Spirit Guardians, actually. Like, he would, Misty Step in the middle of a bunch of dudes and kill half of them. It was wild. Oh, man, I crit good there. He's got 5 health. We both shoot at him. I never really used that holy water. I don't know. There's plenty of moments. It's such a bummer that you can't... Most of these items you just can't do a lot of stuff with. You know what I mean? And it makes the game feel really incomplete because there's tons of items that you can tell had other uses and clearly could have gone to plenty of battles, but you can only use them in 1 or 2 battles at the point you get it, and it's ridiculous. And I just don't know. I know game development's hard, but it just makes this game feel a little less complete, And my biggest gripe was the crafting. I loved crafting in Divinity Original Sin 2 when we played that. before this game came out, we played the entirety of Divinity Original Sin 2, and to sort of get an understanding of what Larian's game style is and all that. And I loved the crafting system in that game. I was crafting everything. Everybody was asking me to craft stuff, and I was on it, man. And you could craft arrows, you could craft potions, you could craft whatever. And I remember at one point I was absolutely hoarding empty potion bottles, because I could just craft a ton of stuff with that. And so bummed out that the crafting system in this game is so minimal, so basic. And I wish they would have been able to work on creating a more diverse crafting system for this game post-launch, because it would have excelled this game into a different dimension, honestly, because I would be on that. I would be on that so fast. Here a weird glitch happened. I think because I got into combat with her and then we did like a dialogue, it glitched out and it wouldn't put me back into the fight with this chick, even though she's supposed to join the fight and like go after the Emperor. I glitched her out and she doesn't join the fight at all. She just stays here. She literally stays here the entire time. That's what I was super confused about in this moment. And that's why even when I attack her, like, nothing happens. She just stays there. She heals herself. It's fine. And in multiple occasions prior, if you hit an enemy enough, it'll put you into combat with him. But I think because I'm in this combat, I can't be pulled into a combat with her, and for some reason she can't be pulled into this one. I don't know. It was a very strange glitch, and it sucked because I got put so freaking far away, and it took me like 3 turns to get over there to these guys. I'm gonna take a little sip of water while you're watching the battle here. That's why I had to get this ridiculous angle too, because I can't really like go down. I can't zoom down when I'm connected to my character, and that ridiculous camera thing where if you double click on somebody's portrait, you'll go to them, but as soon as they do an action or their turn ends, it'll pull you all the way back to your character, and then you have to sit there and just click on portraits again, and then it does the same thing over and over and over, and it's ridiculous. So that's why I decided to just keep the camera like this. It's just much easier, and you can kind of see what's happening, kind of see who's who. There's Ed shooting ice. That shot was interesting because it missed, and they saved, but they still went prone. It was such a weird interaction there. And then here I go again, trying to... I try to push her, throw her, and I'm like, okay, I can't. Yeah, and then I fail to push because whatever. And that's when I give up. I'm like, okay, whatever, I'll just leave. And then I can't really do anything. Like, all I can use is dash and get closer, and I can't jump. So I was like, whatever. I basically just... Yeah, so right there, it took away my arrow. because my in this inventory slot is unlocked, and it took away my arrow slot, even though all I did was click on it. I didn't click and drag. I just clicked on it, and it freaking took it away, and then I realized it later. And I'm not sure why these inventory slots are open, these action slots. Why it hasn't been locked the whole time. I think in an earlier episode, I unlocked it to move stuff around, but yeah, I don't know. I can't remember why it stayed unlocked. And Forrest, I believe, stepped away or something right here to get something. So it'll take a solid second for us to go through this. I apologize. I apologize for all the, blank spots and people walk away. We walk away and we get drinks and all that kind of stuff. We got other issues we're dealing with. So I apologize, but just bear with us. Bear with us through it. And I promise, everything will be okay. Look, Forrest did his thing. Next guy's turn. He doesn't do anything on that ice. That's interesting. Huh. I just realized that. Nothing happened when he walked over that ice. Everybody's messed up right now. Yeah, and see, there's another glitch right there where it's the ping. The little pinging lights. I don't know, man. This game is ridiculous, and how many glitches it has. I don't get it. And it happens so much. It happens constantly. Like, oh yeah, you see how Tristan's throwing his pike constantly throughout the game. It would say his path was interrupted because of the way you throw that pike. Later on, he gets a trident, I believe. And for some reason, both the pike and the trident, anything thrown like that, the pathing on it is ridiculous. I mean, unlike me shooting an arrow, it acts like it's two different forms of shooting, because one's throwing, one's actually shooting something. So every time he was almost doing the exact same thing I did when I was shooting a bow, and instead of shooting a bow, he was like throwing something. He would say path interrupted, path interrupted. He would sometimes have the smallest thing, and I mean like a section of a door or a person. We're out in the wide open, and there'd be a person just slightly in front of him, and it would say path interrupted. He can't throw it over the person or whatever, And it was so annoying, and he had to get into such specific positions just to use his greatest tool, his greatest weapon. Although, yeah, the Emperor glitched out so bad right here. I was like, what is happening? This is what I'm talking about. How many glitches have we encountered since we started this freaking clip? Like, it's wild. It's absolutely wild that this version is so broken. It's just a multiplayer version of Honor mode. That's just so busted. I think Ed knocks this guy down. Oh no, he misses. That's right. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, see, when Ed's stuff hits, man, it does some solid damage. Luckily, I think, yeah, it ends right here. So the Emperor stops glitching out. It's ridiculous. And then we chose to have Orpheus killed here. it's cool to have Orpheus on your side. I did it in my run, and he's got some pretty good stuff. Not gonna lie. And you can see we all chose a bunch of different options. I think Forrest was talking to somebody or something at this point. And yeah, see, we're just starting to spam stuff because we're bored. Yeah, there we go. Oh man, we're a special bunch, that's for sure. God, it does take a second. I'm sorry about that. I can't remember what for. There he goes. There he goes. And then you get to learn about who he was, even though he doesn't want to specifically say who he was. And I think this is my end of my section. So I will pass it off to the next person. I think it's Tristan. See you guys later.
Hi, this is Tristan. I play the Throbarian. I guess good 3 hours of audio was lost in this recording. So I'm kind of providing my perspective for a portion of that. So that way you're not sitting in silence as you try and watch this. This is shortly after we fought the Gith, yet we were trying to free Orpheus in our mad dash to get to level 12 and fight the Netherbrain. At this point, we were just trying to skip through dialogue as fast as we could and come up with a plan of action once we got to Baldur's Gate. Shortly after the fight, we all did our loot goblin thing. I think Jordan's the biggest loot goblin of the four of us, grabbing everything that he could. Was also planning our first steps. For example, I know that one of the first things I wanted to do was go to the carnival and talk with the genie, so that way he would get pissed off at me and send me away so that I could go get that returning trident, so that way I could do even more damage as my Throbarian build. Now, for me, this was my second serious playthrough trying to get through honor mode. I know that the other guys had attempted a couple of times before I had joined the party. I attempted one with them before this one, which is why we decided to record this thing, because of all of the issues that we had. We talk a lot about how this game has pissed us off and how much we hate this game, but personally, I actually had a great time playing this with the guys, but it doesn't make it any less frustrating. That first playthrough that I tried with them took us 50 hours, and we died fighting the final boss. We almost got it killed, but Jordan was the last one alive in that run, and God, that was 50 hours that we had poured into that, just straight down the tube. Didn't deter us. I mean, obviously, try again. I'm sure 50 years from now, I'm gonna look back and be like, "Oh man, I'm so glad I got that achievement for honor mode difficulty." This is my first real look at Jordan's inventory here. We all had open our inventories, but I don't know, being one of the simpler builds, I never really looked at other people's stuff unless I specifically needed something. So Jordan really was the king of loot here, just taking and grabbing literally everything that he could get his grumpy little paws on. Also, I do apologize for the quality of the microphone. My headset broke partway through this gameplay, and I've been forced to use a backup until I can get the headset that I want. So bear with it. It sounds just as terrible to me as it does to you. So here we are, almost at Baldur's Gate. This is kind of when we split off, and obviously Jordan's looting things, but we're also just trying to get as much little bits of XP that we can. In that mad dash to level 12, because once we hit level 12, we could finally go fight the Netherbrain and hopefully finish this thing. And there's me. I was experimenting to see how many summons I could get as a barbarian fighter who didn't know any spells, really. But Scratch, us, Hellbear, best 3 pets you can have in a game. I believe Ed and Forrest, who I let them deal with all the finances of the party, are also hitting all the various vendors. And then Jordan here also looking to figure out where Orin is. Because she's always shapeshifted into one of the NPCs. which I'm glad Jordan decided to play as the Dark Urge. It allowed us to get a few more inspiration points through the playthrough. Uh, you know, always nice to have a little bit more inspiration for rerolls when necessary in dialogue. Oh, and here's Jordan. He's gonna steal from the genie and get that ring of mage hand, so that way I could use it to cheat his little game and piss him off to send me away, so that I could go get the trident that I want. And then while I was off getting the trident and fighting all those raptors on my own, um, believe some of the party gets into a little bit of trouble over here. Um, and Jordan, out here trying to steal, doing what he does best. Well, Forrest and I think it was Forrest who accidentally started the dialogue for um, the encounter with the changelings here at the carnival. Might have been Jordan. I guess we'll find out. Here's Jordan getting caught for stealing and changing the way he looks, that way he can attempt it again. Definitely on the lookout for decent crafting supplies, because we relied pretty heavily on potions, especially I know Forrest and I both. Forrest liked those elixir of bloodlust, so that way he could get multiple actions in a turn, and then me with the hill giant strength, and then eventually the cloud giant strength. I think by this point, Act 3, I was mostly supping on cloud giant. Gotta have that high strength for my barbarian, my throwbarian build. Which I'm also glad Jordan took over all the crafting, because I always forget. I'm terrible at that. Pretty certain those guys just kept me around for my pretty face. Caught red-handed. Yeah, at this point, I'm off fighting all the dinosaurs on my own, just trying to get to that chest, which I didn't learn any lockpicking skills, so every locked chest that I found, I ended up just picking up, putting in my inventory, and sending them out here to Jordan to unlock them for me. All in all, we built some pretty powerful character builds, so I was definitely not struggling in my fight against the dinosaurs, raptors. Oh, yep, it was Jordan who accidentally opened the dialogue here in the fight against the shapeshifters, against the absolute. Um, like I said, I was out fighting dinosaurs at this point, so it was sort of a they were kind of held hostage until we could get there and help him in this fight. There he is, screwing up his insight checks. It's a fun little dialogue. If you've got good performance and everything. I'm also personally obsessed with clowns, so I think it was cool that you could get a disguise kit that would paint your face like a clown in this game. So yeah, here is Jordan forced to hurry up and wait until the rest of us could get there before he started combat. I believe Ed was out looking for a good deal. So was Forrest. Also, I know that Ed wanted to get to the burial ground in the monastery so we could return the talking pendant and do that quest. He did mention that he wanted to get Tasha's hideous laughter. So it was a good way to do that. I think that's something we did after this was done. No, luckily Jordan's got high initiative, so he's able to go first and not end his turn until the rest of us got there. As you can see, Ed and Forrest were off on their own, and I was still dealing with all those raptors, trying to get that trident. You know what? I think Forrest and Ed got into their own combat with the squatters, the mercenaries against the squatters. That guy Hares. I believe after I finished dealing with the raptors, I ran to go and help them because there's just a quick little combat, so that way we could run over and help Jordan eventually. It's always the risk of everyone running off to do their own thing. More inventory management while he waits for the rest of us. I believe he did sit here for a little while, all on his own, because the rest of us were busy with other things. I don't know. I think he could have taken him all by himself. He didn't need our help. Oh, and then by the time I got finished with the Raptors to run over here and help Ed and Forrest, I think they completed the combat. Like, I got into initiative and then combat was over. Not that it's a difficult fight or anything. Yep, there I am. Nope, there's Forrest. There's Ed. And there's me, finally. Here to help. Jordan can finally end his turn. My signature here, catch. Yeah, even though I went and got that trident, it does a lot of radial damage, in like a 6-meter radius. So, tried not to throw it near teammates, near innocent NPCs. Near the end, that marathon sprint to the Netherbrain fight, I kind of stopped caring as much. But you know, try to be a good team player and not, kill my teammates. Yeah, that icy storm has gotten us into some trouble in the past, and continues to get us in a little bit of trouble in the future. um, from ending forest concentration to causing an NPC to slip and fall and then become hostile to us. Still a super great spell. I personally really appreciated the crowd control that Ed's ice storms were good for. And it never affected me much. I was immune to slipping on ice, so cast away. And I didn't have any spells to concentrate on, so it didn't bother me none. So, like I said, not a super difficult fight. I think personally for me, there was only a handful of really difficult fights. I mean, we didn't come super close to dying a bunch of times that I remember. There's always those harrowing moments. But not like in our previous playthrough. we had a couple of really close calls there. Of course, until the end, when we have the closest call where we just died. I always tried to hide inside of Forrest's spirit guardians to force anything that was going to attempt to attack me up close. I would have to walk into range of that. It didn't usually work. For some reason, the game decided to really bully Ed and Forrest this playthrough. Which is always funny, being the fighter barbarian, I was built more for catching all the damage that I could and tried to encourage it in any way, but enemies didn't seem interested in beating up on me. They wanted to screw with the spellcasters. Which, I guess I get it. Blah. Magic's scary. Which, this ice storm's gonna get us into trouble. Mentioned it earlier, but yeah, sometimes NPCs slip on it, or when you forget to end your cloud of daggers and they decide to just waltz on through it, and they get pissed off at you like it's your fault. So we pretty handily finished that fight. Nice and easy. And then we immediately have to kill everyone at the carnival because someone slipped on some ice. We debated running away, but we didn't really need anything from these folks. It is kind of a shame to lose access to a couple of vendors, but we made do. And like I said, at this point, we were just trying to get XP, as much XP as we could. Was it the right thing to do? No, but why bother running? I mean, they're going to be pissed off at us either way, so we may as well get some XP out of it. It's unfortunate, but, certain sacrifices had to be made. And it was his own fault for slipping on the ice. There's that little red cap over there, the center of the puddle of blood. Just another annoying way in which the game actively tried to screw us over by getting mad at us because they slipped on us. But this is also a relatively easy combat. Like I said, we weren't struggling too much. More and more people just kept getting involved in the fight, and there I am down with laughter, because I was probably the weakest one in regards to that. And thankfully that red cap killed one of Ed's methods, hit me with the blast there, and knocked me out of it, so I was able to just continue on like everything was normal. You know, for a necromancer, I was actually expecting her to be a little bit more difficult to fight, but she was kind of a pushover, all things considered. I mean, I guess it doesn't help that all four of us were just bullying her. There's me constantly missing somehow, even though I'd have like 80% chance of hitting, still missing pretty consistently somehow. Again, I swear this game just wanted to bully us sometimes. But we got the last laugh. Now comes the time to loot. All the other carnival goers kind of bummed because we ruined the carnival for everyone. And then use Jordan here to finish this encounter out. Because as soon as we killed the mercenaries, we just dipped, just run over to help Jordan with his combat at the carnival. Still trying to discover where Orin is. So yeah, after all that fighting, we were off on our own again, just trying to get XP for as much stuff as we could. I believe I ran up into that windmill up there. Forrest followed me, so we could go fight the newborn mind flayer down there and just grab a quick munch of XP. Yeah, there's Jordan showing up once we're pretty much done with him. Nice and easy, one turn. Oh, and there's Jordan opening a crate that I found so that I could get my trident. Finally start doing some real damage. There's Jordan running off. Get some more conversation XP. Like I said, every little bit helped. I'm just trying to get to that level 12. I think this is the time when we were discussing going to that chapel or monastery or whatever to go and return the talking amulet. We had already tried to turn in Astarion to that guy in Act 1. I don't know if we did something wrong. I don't know what we did, but Astarion was with us pretty much throughout the game, even though we did almost everything in our power to lose every possible follower, especially with Jordan as the Dirge. I don't think we had anyone else in camp except for Withers at the very end there. Oh, and Scratch, obviously. Well, my portion of recording the 3-hour segment of audio is just about over. But I appreciate any and all who have bothered to stick and watch this as we played through, or even just put it on the background. Appreciate your support of Jordan. He puts a fair amount of work into uploading this and stuff. Yeah. Um, hope y'all are continuing to enjoy this playthrough, and I hope that my horrible monotone voice and boring commentary isn't what made you decide to cut it off. So, yeah, thank you. Keep it tight.
Hello again, everybody. Unfortunately, Forrest was not able to record. He ended up switching jobs, and he's at school, so he ended up getting busier and busier. So I tried to get some other people to do it as well, but just didn't work out. So I'm gonna record it again. I'm gonna record this part. So we'll go through again what's happening, and just back to the commentary. Here, I had never actually interacted with the journalist. I only did one run, and I didn't know about the whole journalist thing. And we ended up having Orin be somebody else. And I was literally searching around the whole time as the last part of the video explained. And it was interesting because I went over to the journalist and it would be Orin, and then I went back over to like the circus and it would be Orin. So it was actively switching between the character that Orin could be. And then I think right here, we ended up pulling up on Orin as the blacksmith, and we just decided, you know what, screw it, whatever. Let's try and see if we can take her out, because I had silence, and we were gonna try and see if we could basically do what you can do against Raphael and silence him, take him out, and to interesting results, I guess. Let's see what we did. We always take a little bit of time to set up because everyone's got to get there and all that, but everyone's always ready. I love that we're always like, as soon as we want to do something and we all agree on it, we're just like, all right, everybody get into position and fire. Right here, I had to tell Ed to scoot back a little bit. His foot is just barely inside my silence, so I didn't want him as a sorcerer to get silenced. There we go. And see, she ends up teleporting out of it, and we're like, oh, that's stupid. So they know a way around it. Unfortunate, but that's the way it goes. And then Forrest got pulled into the dialogue. And I haven't recorded, and I haven't done anything on here in a while, so I don't remember if we end up taking him out or Forrest ends up convincing him. Let's find out. I think here Forrest was considering just taking him out, but oh, there he goes. Yeah. He convinced him. And then me, being a little loot goblin, I knew there was the hatch and stuff down here, so... See? Gold, baby. See? That's what you do when you're a loot goblin. You find stuff. I don't think... We didn't really need the gold at this point, but... It's always nice to have. Alright, this is where we head back out. I think... don't remember. I think we end up doing the stuff under that cathedral. Oh, no, Forrest goes and does the stuff with Scratch's old owners and stuff. Yeah, that's right. Maybe it wasn't Forrest. Maybe it was... Oh, yeah. I always keep getting Forrest and Tristan's characters confused because they end up messing around with their characters' designs and stuff like that all the time. So, yeah, this is Tristan's character. And he passes it. It was funny, even when I showed the guys the thumbnail, Ed right away was like, "Oh, you didn't even let us put on like our Sunday best and all that." I was like, "I am not gonna allow you guys to do that because you're gonna come up with some absolutely ridiculous stuff." And I'm like, I just need a decent thumbnail picture, and that's it. So we're gonna avoid that. We're gonna go a different direction here. Perfect. Gotta save Scratch. Even if you do a dang fully evil run, you just can't, like, get rid of Scratch, you know? You're truly evil if you end up, like, killing Scratch at the beginning and not taking him with you. I don't remember what happened here. I think I stepped away or something, but... There we go. Getting back into it. Yeah, there we go. That's right. We do the stuff under the cathedral. We were kind of just doing this stuff for experience at this point. We were just trying to get to max level. Wasn't necessary, but we're like, yeah, we can get it done real quick. And we also still had the amulet on us, the monk amulet, so we're like, okay, we can knock 2 things out at once here. Let's do it. Yep, there we go. Unlocking the doors. At first, I think it was Ed. He was like, I can't remember which one of these it is. But that's why we have each other. That's why we have friendship. And then right here, we realized we may one of us may have activated it and then deactivated it. So I was like, I'm gonna walk away just in case it explodes, and luckily it didn't. So. And oh yeah, I had the amulet on me. Because we don't have a monk in the party, so it's like, it's just whoever picks it up, and we'll just carry it until we need it. Or we just put it in camp, whatever. And then I believe Ed activates it here, so. And I think he ends up doing the line of dialogue where he gets Tasha's hideous laughter permanently. And here I am trying to be stealthy. Gotta get as many of those stats as I can. Even though it only helps a little bit, it's still something. This dialogue can take so long sometimes. And we also, each time we did something like this, each time somebody was like, oh, I want to get something very specific, like in this case, Ed wants Tasha's hideous laughter, we always look it up. We didn't even care about, like, doing this run, you know, with little help as possible, because we've done this, we've tried to do this run like 5 times. And because the game kept screwing us over, we got to the point where we're like, okay, we're looking up every tutorial we can, just to get through this as fast as possible. So typically it was Tristan that would, like, look it up, and then whoever was doing their thing would just spam through the dialogue options. There he goes. Can he make it? Ooh. I think he had to use an inspo. Yeah. And because we had Dark Urge, we honestly weren't too worried about inspos, because of the fact that it kind of gives you a lot when you're Dark Urge, because majority of the things you interact with, it will end up giving you some, inspiration or experience or whatever. And we were never too worried about it. We're like, okay, we could use all of them and we'll be fine, whatever. And we have 4, so it's wasn't an issue for us. And we're all pretty, collaborative with each other, so we're like, yeah, go ahead, just use it, we'll get it back, whatever. There we go. I think Ed wanted to use it on somebody, and we were like, Ed, don't you do it. And then he ends up, I think right there he used it on Tristan, and Tristan's character was the least susceptible to Tasha's at this point. And he told us when he hovered over each one of us, and he was like, "Oh, you have this percentage, you have this percentage." I think it was either me or Forrest that had the lowest. I think it was me, but here we go. Going to the dungy cave. Going to the grimy cave. Dingy, that's what I was trying to say. I couldn't remember the word. I'm special if you couldn't tell. Here we are. I had the bright idea to throw the orb in there just to get everybody in one place for Ed to do his spells. I thought the person up there at the top would fall down, but I was just barely outside of pulling them down. Unless it doesn't do it at all. I don't think I ever tried it again, because I kind of just assumed that it didn't work, but in any case, we were able to get the guys at the bottom, so it wasn't too hard. I mean, this was Forrest just got that, or not Forrest, Tristan just got that trident, and we were like, what does that thing do again? And sure enough, it does like thunder damage to everyone in a certain radius. And we are like, dude, that's going to be super overpowered in later battles. And that thing right here is when Tristan was contemplating whether he should throw it or not, because it's going to hurt Forrest. So he ends up throwing it over there. Oof. It's always brutal with those critical misses. Ugh. Ooh, that was a big chunk out of him. But Tristan's fine. He's got 107 health. There we go. Back to looting. It's just my job, you know? Everyone gives me shit for it, but when it came down to it, when we went to go sell stuff, guess what? Guess what? We had a lot to sell, and we barely ever had to use money. So, I think it was worth it, alright? Believe I stepped away again right here. Which is a little brutal. I apologize for all the blank moments, you know. That's on me. That's personal stuff, but I'm also just still so bummed that I forgot to switch my settings when I got my PC upgraded, and didn't record the audio for this. Glad the video worked, though. That would have sucked to lose a whole chunk of content, you know, if the video was all screwed up or something, but glad it recorded, even though we have to do this now. It is still kind of fun. I'm glad most of us were able to do it, you know, do this little director's commentary. However, it would have just been easier if I checked my settings like a smart person. There we go. See, rings, got it all, you know? Don't care much for the requests and stuff, but where there's loot, there's loot. We can sell it. Look, potions, got it all. And I set the little campfire for these poor people. Time to teleport. I don't remember why I teleported here. I just said more loot. Hey, look at that! Look at that! Sheesh! Would have never known that was there. That's what I needed. Arrows. I was a ranger. Come on. I did like a ranger rogue class because I had done that specific build with my personal run, and it was nuts. It was incredible, especially if you can get off a ton of damage in the beginning. Then everyone else has an easier time taking out whatever. So, and God, those multi arrows that you see towards the top there, incredible work with some of those, because I could sit there and lace it with poison or drow poison or whatever, oil combustion, whatever it needs, whatever I wanted in the moment, and then you could shoot the multi arrow and it poisons everybody. So I'm like, okay, great, and then it helps everybody else because, okay, now these people are poisoned, or if I did drow poison, everyone was knocked out, and it was like, yeah, let's do the build I had for my personal run because it worked so well. And unfortunately, again, the last run we did, we died, but I was also doing this, and it worked out really well collaboratively with everybody else. So yeah, I was like, I'm just gonna do the same thing again. We'll go Dark Urge because we looked up some tutorials. I was like, I'll go Dark Urge so we can get past the all the BS. We don't have to do the murder tribunal and all that kind of stuff. We can just get past that. So, and I ended up getting Slayer form. So I was like, I'd never had Slayer form. Again, I've only done my own personal run, which wasn't Dark Urge. So I was like, oh, this is all new to me, but this is super cool. Sadly, I don't end up using the Slayer form very often because it is kind of unfortunate what combats you can do with the Slayer form. And most of the things we end up fighting are like the guards, and they're made of metal, so it was super difficult. And most of the other battles was like, okay, we're gonna skip all this stuff anyway, so what's the point in using the Slayer form? And with the Slayer form, I'm so limited. It's nice to have so much health, but I have to be close quarters, which is almost opposite of my class. And you only have like 2 or 3 attacks, so unlike with this, I can shoot explosive arrows or ice arrows or whatever utility type of arrow we need for that situation, you know? So, unfortunate that the Slayer form wasn't as effective with the character I was playing, you know? I was doing personal stuff again. I may have been getting something to drink or something during this part. It seems like I was away for much longer. But, you can just bask in the glory of my horribly painted character. I was just messing around with all kinds of colors during this. So by the end, I found some cool combinations, but it did take me a little while. Here I decide to go up to that merchant that's up here at the top, because we were looking for specific ingredients. I think most of the time I was looking for Warg Fang, because it's super rare to get here in the third act, and that's what you create the Bloodlust potion with. And Forrest constantly wanted a Bloodlust potion, and it was like those were super rare, and the Warg Fang was super rare, so it was such a pain sometimes to try to get Forrest what he needed. He did have alternate potions and stuff he could use for his build, but Bloodlust potion was the one, Here, I think we're just discussing what we may need. And I'm noticing it right now, but obviously there is a Warg Fang right there at the bottom. When I was looking at this, I totally my eyes just like glazed over, and I didn't realize it was there. Oh, and Tristan always wanted Cloud Giant potions, because they were the most effective for him. So I don't think I ended up buying anything because it was Ed or somebody wanted stuff from the chest. And here's another glitch: was the chests show up on the map, but they don't show up in person. And just a ridiculous amount of glitches in this run. And we determined, we all agreed at least, that it was the multiplayer version of Honored mode, because everyone else has gone and done their own solo Honor mode and has basically no issues with any of the stuff that we had issues with. So it's just ridiculous. Oh, that's what I was doing. I was getting stuff for myself to sell, just because I was like, this stuff's kind of expensive, so I can offload some stuff we don't need. I'm just now noticing some of the characters over there on the right were like sliding and stuff. Oh yeah, see, they're moving all weird. See, me stopping and dealing with personal stuff isn't so bad. I get to notice weird stuff. And I also apologize if the fidelity or the quality of the recording isn't as good as you would like, you would hope. I don't have the absolute best PC ever, but I can get away with doing like medium graphics at least and have no problem. So, and this is post upgrade, so my PC runs so much better than it did with previous recordings. So again, I apologize if it's not up to standard for you. I wish it was more. I wish I could do like, ultra everything, but I can't. So that's on me. I know I'm not a rich boy, but we use what we got, and I prefer it that way. here again, I believe I'm discussing with people what people would want, and we're going over what we need for the next section and all that kind of stuff. So if it's a little boring, I'm sorry. Ooh, yeah, and those arcane cultivations, or the elixirs of arcane cultivations were really, really useful for Ed, especially in the heat of battle. See, and I skip over it again, man. I was just blind here. Oh, that's what I realized. I realized that if we go back to camp and then just come back to the same person, that it resets the entire stock. And so now we have like Cloud Giant stuff. Wow, I'm really dumb. There was totally a Warg Fang there, and now it's not there. Oh my goodness. See, the stuff you realize in hindsight. Tristan and I were little crackheads for the giant potions. We that's just how our builds were. His got him to like 24 strength or whatever, and mine got me to 21. And I was using the God, I don't remember what it's called, but the bow that basically takes your strength modifier into account. And so I would just drink that potion and I'd be set. And we're on our way. Ed came up and wanted to check it out. Oh, that's what Ed was doing. He's on the way to the part where you would normally have Jaheira for talking to meeting up. It was like a meeting between people, and Jaheira is supposed to be like supposed to be with you, but it's a trap, and it's actually just bad guys. So we were like, okay, we can do this for experience real quick and knock it out. But here I am, loot goblining. See, I wouldn't have this many materials to craft if I didn't do this. That's the one thing I'm so bummed about. From us coming off of Divinity Original Sin 2, the crafting system in this game, I wish they would have just made what they did with Divinity. I was like, why didn't they just port this over? And it's just such a bummer that you can only basically craft potions. Because, man, Divinity's crafting system was amazing. Oh, my God. I was crafting stuff left and right in that game. I was like, do you guys need something? Let's craft it. And I would just do it. I went the wrong way here. I was supposed to go that way. So I did a big dumb, and I had to go all the way back around. Here we go. Much better. Going the correct way. I do still decide to sort of come up and sneak around, but... There we go. I tried looting this room, but it really wasn't that much. I really thought there was going to be more, but... They decided to make this room sparse, especially for keeping it locked. I know it's locked because of, story reasons or whatever, and this is a shop, but I was like, you could have at least put something valuable in here. Come on. I'm sorry, I'm a serious loot goblin. By the time they get into a fight, I'm finally done. Oh yeah, so this attack was really stupid. I'm just re-watching this again, so I want to see what happened with this attack. Something weird happens. Oh yeah, see, I get into combat and then it just doesn't let me do it because I'm surprised for some reason. I never understood this. I don't know why they didn't make a system around if your allies are already in battle and you come into battle after the battle's already started. Why are you surprised still? It doesn't make any sense. So I totally wasted that action. I totally get screwed there, so really annoying. I know it doesn't happen often for me, but I'm still like, are you serious? Come on. And we take these guys out pretty quick, although that guy gets messed up real good. They target him hard. Here, I finally get to attack. I don't get to do my freaking what is it? From being a Gloomstalker, I don't get to do my special attack because it already took it away from me. So I was like, this is really annoying. Oh, Forrest was testing. Yeah, Forrest was testing whether he was far enough for Tristan to throw that trident, but he wasn't. That's the last person, yeah. Tough miss. That kind of ended the battle early for us, but it's fine. They just come down anyway, right into Tristan's thing. So, or Forrest. See, I keep getting them confused. I'm horrible with characters sometimes. Here we go. I picked up as many explosive barrels as I possibly could, just in case we wanted to use them for whatever encounter. I think... I don't know if we... we only use them ever like once or twice, so... Taking as many as I did probably didn't need to, but it's fine. Loot, loot, loot. Just looting. I am one with the ladder. We were hoping it wouldn't crash right there. We weren't sure. Oh, I think either I got kicked or Forrest got kicked. Because Forrest is the session leader. And it's just what happens, what keeps happening in this game. We don't end up having to redo that battle. I don't think it saved right after, so we were fine. It took forever to get back in because Forrest's whole game would tend to crash. So it would crash, and then he would have to reload the game back up, and then re-enter the game, which takes a sec, and it's just like, ugh. Really annoying what we had to go through, but yeah, we went through it. And again, that little scene sort of shows you that I'm on more medium graphics, not high fidelity, and I apologize, but again, just what I had to record with in order to make sure my computer didn't explode. There we go, right in the middle of that. And I had never, because I'd never played Dark Urge, like I said before, I had never seen this cutscene, so I did let it play out a little bit. So cool. Angry Orin. Slayer form. Oh man, what a crazy night. Had way too much to drink. Yeah. You are the spawn of Baal. I like how my character. I love how it picked that because we knew who Orin was at this point. Like we just met her too. Like that was so dumb. There was another lady there. I wonder who she was. Back to the Worm's Rock. And Ed got into a fight. I think. And here we are, just walking around. We wanted to talk to a few of the merchants and stuff before we end up fighting everybody. We kind of knew we were going to fight everybody in here just to get the experience for it. So, I think we do it later. We fight everybody in here. But I can't remember. Because I think we wanted to just push to the next section because we didn't really need any of that stuff. But here we are. As the party gathers up. Perfect. One more. Where is he? Where is he? Tristan. Tristan, hurry up. Come on. I think it took forever. Well, that's the end of this section for me. On to the next.
Okay, so let me see. So this is me. I'm the sorcerer on the left. Jordan is the Dragonborn Ranger. Forrest is the cleric, and Tristan is he's a barbarian right there, and then that's me. I'm the sorcerer, a half-elf sorcerer, and we're in the city of Baldur's Gate, planning on what we're supposed to do. Jordan has decided what he's going to do, and now we're invading the castle. Some Monty Python reference here somewhere. I just can't remember what it is. And as we go in, not entirely certain where Tristan is in this, but I'm going into. I think I'm either going in to buy stuff.
Does he have a tail?
Yes, he's a dragonborn, so he's a half dragon and he has a tail. Yes. Okay, so Jordan is doing his own thing. Honestly, I don't know exactly what we're doing at this point, but I know at some point in our game we actually attacked this whole castle because that was our plan. And there was Forrest.
Purple bottle.
Yeah, purple. That's the teleportation
Oh.
between different zones.
Same thing.
Well, you know, if you got a purple butthole, then
You have bigger problems.
you got bigger problems, yes, than magic. So you can see my character has had little minions, basically. They aren't as cool as Gru's minions, but I have a water elemental and 2 water mephits, or ice mephits.
You look like Rhaenyra from House of Dragon.
What's that?
You look like Rhaenyra from House of Dragon.
I haven't seen it
Oh.
in a while. So what was cool about this game is like the scenery and stuff. If Jordan turns, you can actually see a way out in the distance kind of thing. So it was really cool. You can't go out there, but it was really cool. Yeah. So I think right here Jordan is treasure hunting. Oh yeah, I forgot about this guy being a vendor. These are gnomes.
Oh, I like her hair.
Mm-hmm. So you could customize them in here.
Mm-hmm. Is this the one our Forrest character is running around all naked? Was it Forrest character?
We all did at some point,
Oh.
but not in this iteration. I think in the previous one we all ran around naked. But then, yeah, it was the other one because Jordan asked us not to because he's recording. Because he wanted to put it on YouTube.
Dongs out.
Yep, run around. Even the Dragonborn have dongs.
Oh, well, I mean, yeah. Feel scaly.
Probably hurt.
Spit out fire instead of juice. Oh, shit.
Mm-hmm. So we rescued him earlier. He was actually tied. I think this is him. He was actually tied to a windmill and going around. And by goblins, they tied him to it and they were kind of torturing him for the fun of it, and we rescued him. So. There's a couple times, like if you don't do it right, what's really cool about this game is you're not set on what you do. There's options, and you can actually go in and I did this once accidentally, and I hit the brake on the treadmill, or on the windmill, and he went flying off in the distance.
Did he die?
Oh yeah. I mean, it flung him. You ever see those inflated balloons where people jump on one end and then the other people fly up?
Yeah.
Well, imagine that, but like 10 times worse, and no water to land into. That's basically what happened to him. It was kind of funny.
His name is Bungle?
Yes. Wilbur and Bongle. Bongle.
Bungle?
So we just got a bomb. That's a story plot.
A bomb?
Yeah, so it's big enough to like blow up a lot of things. So we were holding on to it in case we needed it, but we never needed it. So. When you're playing the game, watching this game is like watching baseball. You know, when you're actually doing it, it's fun, but watching it isn't quite as much fun, especially if you don't know what's going on.
Yeah, what's going on? I didn't watch the intro video, so I'm raw dogging it. Oh. That's a look.
And the gnomes, so he's a deep gnome, which he has darker skin, and that's a thing within D&D. People like and deep gnomes live underground in the Underdark.
Oh.
And so the drow, which are elves, which live in the Underdark, and then the deep gnomes, which live in the Underdark, and then the Drugar, which live in the Underdark, and they're dwarves. They're all dark skinned, and people are like, well, if they have no sunlight, why are they dark skinned? But you have to remember that this was made in the 70s, and it was not meant to be a scientifically accurate game. You know, and the fact that you have a half dragon running around is kind of.
You were also made in the 70s, buddy.
I was made in the 70s, yes.
If you're made in the 70s, why are you white? It's a Mean Girls reference.
Oh. I don't know if Jordan's crowd will understand Mean Girls.
Oh.
So everything in here, these are what he's got as arrows, and then there's scrolls and armors, and they all have magical attributes and stuff. So you can make your character faster or stronger, or cast certain spells, or whatever. It adds variety versus just swinging an axe or something and just doing damage for the next 110 hours.
So when he's doing something like this, what are you guys doing, or what does your screen look like?
So in my screen, I'm doing other things. So I might be buying, I might be planning something as far as, so earlier you saw these two characters, the two lower characters, mine and Tristan's, they had a little ear. It means they were in a dialogue talking to somebody. I could be trying to buy stuff.
Oh, Tristan plays with you guys?
Yeah, he was playing with us.
Okay.
So we could be buying something. What's really cool about this game, and it's not new to this game, but you're able to kind of, it's an open world and you can kind of do almost anything within it. And Baldur's Gate itself, the people really liked the fact that it was big, and there was not just like two vendors like an older like Zelda type game. There were multiple vendors who sold multiple things, different personalities, and they would react differently to you based on certain things you did. So it was really cool in that sense. It's almost like playing D&D.
I like his headband.
So he's teleporting. That's what that right thing was. So we can go to different, and then
Oh, the purple level.
Yeah. And we're all in combat now. So,
okay.
And then you can see up top where all the bad guys are in red.
Okay.
And they may not be bad guys. We kind of ran through and just kind of were messing with people. We're kind of like, should we do this? I don't know. Let's give it a shot and see what happens. And then we'd end up. This fight was legitimate, though. These guys are all pretty much bad guys based on the story because they were supporting. They were under the influence of a personality, Gortash. And he had convinced the town guard, essentially, the Flaming Fists. If you want to call them Iron Fist, which is a Warhammer reference, but the Flaming Fists are
Flaming Fists.
Flaming
Did
Fists.
you get that from Raw Dogging?
You get flaming pisses from raw dogging. Too many people. When you raw dog too many people, you get flaming piss. And then you join the Baldur's Gate town guard. In order to join, you must have syphilis. So this is also a story character. You can the Dark Urge, but everyone calls it the Dirge.
Oh.
And it's a demon, and there's a whole secondary story that's not relevant to the main story.
Mm-hmm.
So he is able to turn into a demon and do some stuff. That's me casting stuff.
Having a rave over in the corner.
Yeah. I made a robot laugh, or I thought I did. He started to, but then the spell didn't show up. So this game was kind of glitchy. There were certain things that shouldn't have happened. Like in one of our runs, we actually were trying something that should have worked, and the game didn't do it right. So then we end up in combat with the entire town in a different run, and that wasn't our intent, or something stupid. So, and those Steel Watch guys are pretty hard to deal with. So my sorcerer was ice built, or built, his whole power was like ice type stuff.
Oh, okay.
So I would create terrain that was hard to walk on, or cause a lot of damage because
You're
when
like Elsa?
Elsa, yes. Let it snow.
No, let it go.
Or let it go.
Snow's a Christmas song.
I don't know. Let it snow, let it go,
Let it go.
let it grow,
Let's
know.
do some blows since you do. No, I don't know.
Let's do some blows since you don't want to know where I go. I'm banging that hoe.
Remember, you can't raw dog me, you get fire pissed. I just noticed the curse is a finger. Is it a little hand? I don't have my glasses on.
The curse?
The cursor, the little pointy thing.
Oh yeah, it's a little hand. It's a little gauntlet pointing at stuff.
Oh, that's cute. So what are you doing?
Those are my so these are guys I have control over, and I was trying to get the ice to drop. So for these guys, they're immune to falling down, but it still slows them down, so they're less likely to hit me. So there's a whole strategery to it. And then the NPCs, the non-player characters, the computer controlled guys, they were actually fairly smart. They would jump over stuff, but sometimes they'd be really dumb and just stand in the corner, not doing anything. And I'm not sure what Jordan is doing there. Maybe he's making fun of that person, because sometimes the game would get stuck and that person, and this is computer, right? The NPCs are computer generated, so they should be able to immediately know what they're going to do. Oh yeah, my method blew up and then it exploded.
Those little blue dragon things?
Yeah, they're hell demons.
Like Tutu?
Yes, like our dog Tutu. She's a method.
She's a method.
Method. When she was a puppy, you could definitely think she was a method. All over the place. There's Forrest's character. So he's got spirit guardians, and that's radiant damage, and they're little birds flapping around. He didn't do anything, which was good. That he didn't. That one that jumped towards me, but didn't do anything.
Oh, okay.
It worked out in my favor because I was pretty squishy. Oh, they fucked Jordan up. Not fucked him up, but they pinned him down so he couldn't move.
Oh.
So now he's picking potions. Those red things are healing potions. And he's got a bunch of skills. Or activities. Not activities. Actions.
It's like picking your liquor and then finding your superpower.
Yes.
Just kidding. I don't know what's going on.
He's trying to, so he got pinned down, so he's trying to see if he can jump to move, otherwise he's just kind of staying in one spot. So he's trying to jump to get away.
So that thing in the back is attacking him? This thing?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So there's a guard.
Swat him in the ass.
Yeah, it did.
Okay.
It's called an opportunity attack.
Okay.
And so they here I tried to cast a spell, but they did a counter spell is the actual spell. So they prevented me from casting it, but I had more than one action.
So when you do that to me, I can say it was an opportunity attack?
Yeah. When you walk away and I smack your ass?
Yeah,
Yes.
I can do the same.
Mm-hmm. So I just cast a big ol', I forget what the spell was called, but I cast it. So now they're taking, that spell didn't cause damage, but it's causing that ice surface, which slows them down. Human beings, they'll fall. The animation when they fall is hilarious in this game, because they go, whoop. That's Tristan's character.
Okay.
He's throwing it's not a pike. I think he's throwing a trident. And he throws it and it comes back to him, which there's only two melee weapons in the game that do that, I think.
You said a pipe?
Pike.
Like a fish?
No,
Oh.
like a medieval weapon.
Oh.
It's basically a longer spear.
Oh, okay. That purple thing's twerking in the back. What is that?
That's my elemental, my
Oh.
water elemental. It's not twerking.
Oh.
Although he could be. He's like, I'm just out here doing my own thing.
Shake some ass and kill some enemies.
Shake some ass. What's that song? Shake my ass, watching how it works, something like that.
The mystical song.
Yeah.
No, it said shake your ass.
So up here you can see whose turn it is because their boxes are bigger, and so it's my turn. But I'm waiting to see what everyone else does, and then also verifying that I'm not going to hit other people. Because when you're working with other people, it's easy to, and there's my spell that went off again because it was another turn. It's easy to waste actions because if you're both trying to attack the same thing, and the first person who hits it kills it, but you've already launched your attack, you wasted your action. Oh.
So you just take turns attacking?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So we got pretty good about choke points as far as that doorway. They're all coming from outside. So that's a spellcaster. The rain that Sleet Storm, it'll prevent her from any concentration spells.
So the dude's just hiding behind the door?
Yeah, he's just hiding behind the door. Because he knows if he jumps, it's not going to matter. He might actually go, but it's going to slow him down and he won't make it. And that's where it was cool that it worked out for us in some ways, but it was a little annoying, like unrealistic, that he would just stand there doing nothing. Yep, I fucked me up right there.
Are you laying on the ground?
Yeah, I got knocked down. See, and then there's me up there.
Oh, okay.
My health is going down. Forrest had a really good build in this one. Because he's a cleric and he's a light cleric, so he does a lot more damage. He had spells that do a lot more damage versus a healing type cleric. D&D is really good. I don't know, really good, but it has a wide pantheon of gods that you can, depending on how you want to play it. Maybe not so much in the game because they didn't really put a lot of that as being relevant, but there's gods that pray to orcs, and there's evil gods and good gods and neutral gods and gods of travel and commerce and magic and gods of death, so on. So he hastened, and I think it was either a scroll or a spell, which makes him get more action so he can attack more, because you can see the little green vines around him. He got locked down with some vines. I don't know who cast it.
You got mosquitoes out?
So Forrest, the cleric, he cast the mosquito swarm.
Oh.
So it slows people down, it does damage to them.
Oh, it's actually mosquitoes?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. So there's druids. You remember how I was telling you about druids from like actual history?
Uh-huh.
So D&D includes them as characters, and they're the ones who can turn into like owlbears and like that hat I got you,
Oh.
and wolves and spiders and all that sort of stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the shape changers. Do you remember in Lord of the Rings the brown wizard who had the birds under his hat, who had shit on the side of his head?
I don't remember.
He had the sled with the rabbits that were
yeah,
pulling
yeah.
him. So he would technically be a druid if you're looking at him from D&D.
Oh, okay.
Although he's still a wizard, but he kind of has druidic priestess or princess. So Spaceballs reference.
Oh, okay. I think everybody's just like dancing.
Everyone's twerking.
Everybody's
Everyone's at a rave. Watch it work. Jordan will probably listen to this shit and go, God, that was 45 minutes of nothing.
He's like,
Sorry, Jordan.
I'm just gonna go ahead and delete that.
Yeah, I'll pay some immigrants who speak some English to pretend they played this game. So he should have done more damage, because criticals double your damage, but because these metal guys are immune to piercing damage, which is what he was doing, he made it a lot less. But if he was on a human being, he would have jacked them up pretty good. And he's trying to do something. So that big old circle, that's an area effect. And so I just teleported off to the right. That's why you saw me disappear.
Yeah.
Because these guys were fucking me up pretty good, so I needed to get out of their range. And then once these guys get their health is low enough, they explode. So we got lucky, and they all kind of are coming towards us. And that was Tristan's, I think. Yeah, he threw a spear. Or no, his trident. There's me. That was a different one. So Sleetstorm was the thing I was doing over to the right, and then this was a different one. That one, the first one I cast doesn't do damage. And then the one I just cast does damage, but it doubled the damage if they were vulnerable to cold, so making everyone wet. Making everyone wet would double the water damage. Any spell I did that did ice or water.
So, did they get damaged?
Oh yeah, they took a lot of damage. See, unless those two are just standing there because the ice.
Oh.
I think so. If you look at it from, like, if they're real people, they're waiting to see if these Still Watchers can screw us up, so this ice will drop, and they're waiting for the Still Watchers to do their job. But the game, I honestly think the game just didn't. It's like, I don't know what to do, so they just stand out there. And so he's turned into what the hell was this thing called? It was some kind of demon. Slayer. It was a Slayer form, is what it was called. So once he takes the fucking Slayer. That was a fireball, I believe.
You're just standing there twitching.
Yeah.
Funny.
It's like we're living in Albuquerque watching people on Central.
Some dude's having a little rave over here in the corner.
Yeah.
Light sticks.
That's Tristan.
Oh, okay.
So there's an animation when you are trying to cast a spell.
Oh.
That was Forrest.
Okay.
Oh, see, that one's going to explode.
Oh, okay.
Did enough damage. Oh, yeah. Now Jordan is back to his regular self.
Oh, he's not that thing with the arms.
No.
Oh, damn.
Boom. And that was my little twerking water elemental. Shaking. He looks like he's doing a hula hoop, huh?
Oh, yeah, he does. Gyrating. He doesn't give a fuck about no fire pits. Whose blood is that?
It's a mix of Jordan's and someone else's.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, so he just did damage to that dwarf, and that's blood.
Oh,
In this
okay.
game, so I could cast a ice-based spell, and it would turn that blood into ice, which is kind of cool. And there's Tristan throwing stuff. And there's me.
Oh, that's
Yeah, that spell actually did a lot of damage.
pretty
Pretty magical, yes.
Who's laying on the ground? Is that the dwarf?
The dwarf, yeah.
Oh, okay.
My ice spell, I was able to get him without hitting Jordan's character.
Okay. So is he like dead?
Yeah, he's dead.
Okay.
You can knock them out, but
I was
these
gonna
guys.
say they don't like disappear like in other games.
No, in this one they don't. They
Oh.
persisted. They would. So we would do what's a long rest, basically taking a nap or sleeping, and they would disappear after that.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, a lot of games do that because they the computer can't keep up.
Gyrating. What's
Yeah.
his superpower? Sexual harassment?
Now you're making me think of him in a fucking 70s crushed velvet purple suit going, hey baby, as he's shaking, as he's gyrating. I got the cold spell you need. You want to see what my hips can thrust? Like an Elvis right there, actually.
Throw that ass in a circle. Oh, goodness. She would pick the pervy one.
I didn't pick it on purpose. It worked with my build. Jesus.
They're like, I'm getting molested.
Yeah. They're calling HR.
For real.
Like, I know we're supposed to go kill these guys, but there's this water elemental thrusting its hips at us.
Thrusting at us. I didn't sign up for this.
So I stole the name idea for my character. So what's really cool, Larry and the developer of this, so your spells actually have like Latin words that they would use, and they would have meanings, and I forget what mine was, but the spell, the really basic cult spell is Vlacius, or Flacius, I can't remember which one, and I saw a video where a guy named his character that because of the spell. So that's what I did with my character. He's named after the name. So if we had sound of this, you would hear, every time a spell was cast, you would hear something in Latin, which is really cool, and actually had meaning.
That's cool.
Oh, see,
He's gonna
bust his nut. He's like, I'm right there. He's talking to the director. Can I go now?
Well, that's Tristans.
It's a cesspit of.
Damn, is he edgy?
There's a lot of fluid in this scene. I don't know.
He's still in the doorway.
He's going after the ladies. I think both of those are female characters too.
They're like, ooh.
Like, we don't want to go in there. I don't want to die with a water penis in my face.
I thought he was gonna blow up.
It's on his turn. He will. I've got to get out of the way, or he's gonna.
Oh.
See, because of the ice and the mosquitoes, he can't move.
Oh.
Otherwise, he would have jumped over and really messed us up. And then the game would do dumb stuff like that. Like, he walked that way, did nothing, and then turned on and walked the other way. And it's like, why did you do that? And I don't know if the game's logic didn't make sense. I don't know. We were kind of like, I mean, it benefited us, but it was like, why did the game do this shit? And then the pathing. So in gaming, what pathing is so say Jordan's character's there and he can scroll over and see where the doorway is and he can click and it'll make his character walk. Well, logical paths don't always work in the game. So you're like, well, there's a doorway and a pathway straight to where I want it to go. And I'm moving my twerking dude over there. But, and then the game would like run you around the fucking, it's like the GPS was set on the wrong path or something.
You see that part where he says, sexual harassment makes me a sad panda.
Yep, sexual harassment panda, yes. Sexual harassment panda. And somehow, I don't know how the Still Watcher fell down, because it's supposed to be immune to prone. But Tristan did something that knocked it down. So Larry and the developer of the game did a really good, so he did that. Did a really good job of kind of like building stuff so it's an actual D&D game versus just another RPG. They definitely were lacking in some areas, but in general, they did a good job. Boom. Now that one's going to blow up.
Ski. He's still out there harassing people.
Yep. Oh, now she casts her own, because that's a fire elemental. I've got a water elemental. So they're twerking together.
Step it up.
Eventually they'll kill it. He's only got 9 hit points. Oh, he shoved him away.
Get away, pervert.
Yeah. Mom said to say no to weirdos like you. Of course, the big old explosion. Jordan's fucking got the menu up. I don't need to see that. Good job, Jordan.
So who's that?
That's Tristan's character.
Oh, okay. So do you have to destroy all of them before you can move somewhere?
No, we have to destroy all of them before we can freely move.
Oh.
So Tristan's character is wearing boots that allows him to not fall, but he still is slow, so he looks funny when he's running across. You can really see it in that one, but it's hilarious. Whereas I, as the ice wizard, you can. Oh yeah.
Are you slutty?
No, that's me. That's Tristan. He looks like he's ice skating. Huh? My character, who was an ice wizard or ice sorcerer, had no prevention from falling, so I'd walk on my own ice and bloop, fall. It was hilarious. But I knew that, so I would just avoid it. Yep.
Dance battle's still going on.
Yeah. They're dancing in time.
Right.
Oh, there we go. Yep. Oh. Killed the sorcerer who would cast that. It teleported.
Okay.
Boom. Yeah, there's the prone animation.
Oh, okay.
That's not as funny when, it's funnier when you see someone try to run across the ice and they're running the whoop,
They fall.
Like they stepped on a banana from old-timey movies. No, you missed. And they're called Flaming Fist. Yeah. I said Flaming Hand earlier, but they're Flaming Fist.
Oh.
Yeah, it died. I'm not sure why. Oh, because I'm not in combat anymore, so I probably just missed it. Oh. And I'm leveling up, see the arrow on my head?
Yeah.
And I don't know. Oh, I think I went back to camp.
Oh, so you're not here anymore?
Nope, I went back to camp to, because we did a cheese thing where So typically you're not supposed to do this, but I would go back to camp, reclass, so I would go back to level 1, and that would reset all my spells, so then I would just get all my spells back by reclassing.
How is that cheese?
So it's cheesing because the game isn't, you're not supposed to do that. Like if you're playing an actual D&D tabletop game, the DM wouldn't allow you to do that. It's a cheese way because you're supposed to take long rests to get your spells back. But this way we didn't have to take long rests and we could just run through the game quicker. But it was I was out of spells. And so part of it was if you took long rests, there would be story elements that would pop up and we would end up having to deal with those story elements. And we were trying to just get through the game. So yeah. So I would just do that to get my spells back versus forcing everyone to take long rests.
Okay.
And then there's another combat right there.
Oh, that's where all the red.
Yep. So while I'm going and changing up my spells, and so I went from 10 health to 65 because I'm leveling up my character right now. And so they're doing this fight really quick. And I'll be in a minute, I think. That's a spiritual weapon.
Oh, okay.
So clerics can cast it, and it's, I don't know, it's a summons, like my Ice Method, my Torquing
Oh, you're Turkey.
Elemental, yes.
Your sexual harassment elemental.
So I just cast 2 more.
Oh, okay.
I'd gotten pretty good at it because I did it pretty much every time I needed new spells because I would go through all my spells really fast. Because combats could take forever, especially with this many people here. NPCs, bad guys, whatever. It could take a long time. And then if I wasn't doing enough damage, which is the whole point of my build, I wasn't contributing well enough. So I came back and now I'm in combat.
What's up, guys? Sorry to fail.
Yeah. Sorry, I had to take a dump.
Take your ass back to Hogwarts and re-up.
Yeah. Could talk to Dumbledore. Hagrid, whatever. Yeah, this game didn't have wands. I just realized that. There were no wands in this game. No, there was one. So there was one wand that it was a fireball wand, and if you cast it, it had a chance of exploding on you itself. So you could end up blowing yourself up. It was kind of funny. Huh?
Fireball wand.
Mm-hmm. But in D&D, there's a bunch of wands. In the actual tabletop, there's a lot of magic items. This one had pretty good amount of magical items, wands and or staves, which is what my character's using. And rings and helmets and armor, boots, gloves. Whole fucking Macy's catalog of items to choose from.
Macy's catalog, really dating yourself, Manners.
Well, what else would you use?
Like the internet?
Macy's is on the internet.
I know, but not a catalog. Like you're talking about those you got in the mail.
The U.S. Postal Service still exists.
I know. That's how we get our shit that we buy online.
That's how we get all the junk mail.
For real.
Bill notifications. So that's me. So I'm able to cast Counterspell. That's a spell I have. So if a character casts a spell I don't want them to be able to succeed at, like it's a big old damaging one, I can usually block it so it doesn't work. But it uses up spell slots I have.
Barbarian.
Yes.
Looks like Shrek.
Shrek?
Kind
The Barbarian?
Yeah, the
Oh,
little
Tristan's
picture.
character?
Yeah.
He has, so in the game it allowed you to pick that pigmentation
Oh.
disease that Michael Jackson had, the one that makes black people look white.
Uh, like,
Yeah, vitiligo.
it looks like the colloidal silver. People would take the medication and then it turned their skin like blue.
No, I don't remember that.
And then they ended up looking like those pointy ear dudes.
Yeah, gnomes, deep gnomes.
I guess, yeah.
Oh, Tristan got hit with a spell of some kind. Oh, luckily, in the game we'd do some really dumb stuff, like it would attack the door.
Yeah.
He was throwing spears and kept hitting the door,
Huh.
which was funny. I mean, it's kind of cool,
Uh-huh.
kind of semi-realistic in the sense that, not everyone's gonna throw things or shoot things perfectly, so it was neat that way. But I don't know if Larian intended it that to be like that, or if it's just the game jacked up, screwed up. I mean, jacked up milk. She's also a dragonborn.
I was say like her mask, but it's her face.
Yeah, it's her face. What the fuck's on your face? It's my face.
I like your mask. Oh, it's my face.
Oh, poor little spiritual weapon.
Oh, the axe.
Yeah, and you can change it. You can have it be an axe, a sword, or whatever.
Oh, okay.
So because a lot of modern gamers aren't really happy with just having swords and armor, they want to be able to change the color of everything and make everything look nice or pretty or whatever. So you could actually, in this game, you could change your armor different colors and stuff if you chose to wear it. That motherfucker.
He's back.
Yeah.
He's a vengeance.
He is.
I'm just gonna be in here practicing my thrusts.
Fucking Elvis.
Does he have a light coming out of his ass?
Who?
This thing that just got hit.
Oh,
Oh, it was the line. Never mind.
yeah.
Magical fart.
This commentary would have been more fun if there was sound to it. You would have had more fun with it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's just odd watching it quiet. This little delicate throw is cute.
Uh-huh. There was dash?
Yeah.
That's the action they're
Oh.
taking.
I thought it was his name.
No.
Okay. You all have weird names. Dash could be a name.
Dash is an actual name.
Oh, okay.
I knew a guy named Dash.
There's also Mrs. Dash.
Mm-hmm. Let's see, Forrest went back to the to get his spells back.
To re-up.
To re-up, yep. It's re-listing.
Oh, he's the Shrek. Back to the swamp.
No, that's Tristan's character is the
Oh.
Shrek. Forrest's character is the female elf.
Oh, okay. Went back to Arendelle.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that no, Arendelle's fucking in Frozen. What's the place that the elves are from in Lord of the Rings?
Oh, god damn it. It's a dell of some kind. I can't remember. Rivendell.
Oh, okay, I was close.
Arendelle, Rivendell. Whatever. Same thing. Fantasy world. Not sure why it was taking so long. I think I was trying to figure out because these are my characters I'm trying to do something with.
Oh, okay.
So I was trying to figure out the best way to deal damage.
Tell them they have options.
They have options, yes. I was looking at all my options.
You fall over?
Yeah.
That's funny. Oh, your thing blew up.
Yeah, I think either he attacked it.
Oh, okay.
And I didn't care. I created them so they would do that.
Oh.
Touching the butt.
We creeping up from behind.
Yes.
Was there an opportunity attack or something?
Yes. Anytime anything walked out of your threat range, which is within 5 feet, you got an opportunity attack.
That's funny.
Jordan was able to hit all of them because he had a special arrow.
Oh, okay.
I forget what it was called, but it would hit multiple targets.
Oh.
There's Dash.
Dash.
Dash showed up to the party.
Oh, there's Dash. So worried about him.
No, you bastards. Fuck me up.
Oh, that's you?
Yeah, that's me. The Harry Potter guy.
Harry Potter.
Yeah, this fight didn't last as long because it wasn't a bunch of steel watchers. These guards are pretty squishy.
Oh, okay, so they're easier to...
Yeah, especially at the level we were. I don't remember if we were 10 or 12, but we were, for this game, we were high level. So we were doing quite a bit of damage to them. And then we had a lot of good gear that was helping us out, like Tristan's Trident that does area damage. So it doesn't just hit one creature, it hits multiples, and then that's my spell right there. And they all are, the bad guys are all suffering from an effect of, I think, frozen or chilled or something, so their actions are reduced and they can't do certain things. So.
Oh, okay. Death by snowball fight.
Pretty much. I should have named my character Elsa. That actually would have been awesome. I wish I did that. That would have been hilarious.
Named it Dash.
Elsa Dash.
Elsa Dash.
Three dudes left. Oh no, and then that guy
Oh, that guy.
having the
Being
dance on.
entertained.
Yeah. My little dude is just sitting there, hitting him for almost nothing.
So
And
look at that ass.
he's chilled. Yeah.
Oh.
Smack your butt and run away.
Oh. What?
Yeah. But do it in your butt. In the butt. Good old South Park. Butters is the best character on that fucking show. I don't care what anyone says. Butters is the best character. So now the Steel Watcher is going to try to jump down because my water elemental's out of range, so it's going to try to jump down and hit one of these guys down here. And then that's so we had Illithid Mind Flayer powers, and that is Forrest character using his fly ability.
Oh, okay. Pretty fly for a white guy. Oh wait, no, he's brown.
He's tan. He's a wood elf.
Oh, what?
A wood elf?
Oh.
There's wood elves. There's high elves. They're like the more pompous, like Beverly Hills types.
Oh, okay.
Wood elves are kind of like hillbillies, living in trees and shit.
Oh, okay.
And there's a bunch of different other elves too, but in here. And there's drow elves
Who's laying on the ground?
and dead people.
Oh,
I killed them.
the purple thing?
Oh, that's showing other characters, and I'm not sure. That might be me. I probably slipped on my own fucking ice. That's probably that's what happened. Yep, I fell down, literally chilling. I fell down on the fucking ice.
It looks funny. You just through the door. You just laying there.
Like I'm taking a nap.
Oh, right.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, you guys got
You
this.
guys got this.
I'm tired.
I'm doing a little self-care, okay?
Yes.
It's funny.
Taking a mental health day.
For real. It's funny.
That's it's my water elemental's turn, and I'm trying to figure out. I think I was trying to figure out how to get to that Still Watcher. Yep. And then hit him again.
Hit him again with a sweet move.
With a sweet twerking. Faux turkey. Turducken, yes. I was turducking him. Ooh. And Jordan got and then he fell down.
Your suck ass ice taking everybody out.
Yeah. Even myself. Early on in the game,
You should have been Vanilla Ice.
I should have been. That would have been hilarious. Damn it, I missed. I missed some really good fucking. Vanilla Ice would have been hilarious.
We're team in the middle. Oh, never mind. Are you still laying on the ground, or did you get up?
Yeah, it's not my turn yet. Oh no, I'm up.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's funny. I like his little carousel. It's cute.
So the other guys, because we didn't have stuff that prevented you from falling, they would fall down too. A couple times. Oh yeah, we got him. Tristan's character was able to damage him well enough.
Oh, okay.
And I think my water elemental took damage, but it's like, whatever. That's what I had them in the game for. Take damage. Boom. Combat over.
Oh, okay.
Affect everybody up. And then now, because my ice would eventually thaw out, essentially. So now it's just water.
Oh, okay. I thought you were just laying there. That's funny.
Yeah.
Well, you can eat.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, interesting.
So pre-release, that's how you got health, is you could eat food, but then they made it to where it becomes a
They have hot Cheetos.
no, they don't have hot Cheetos.
Pickle at least. Damn.
Yeah. No pickles.
Oh, whack.
Yeah.
Tony's flying in the wind, man.
Yes. Oh, guess that was it. I guess we quit the game at that point.
Okay.
It was probably really late. But all right, Jordan. Hope that worked. Hope that's good for you.
Sorry for all the fucks.
Sorry for all the fucks. Fuck.
Tactical nuke incoming!